Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. If you're watching this video and it's Salah time, please pause it and go pray and come back when you're done. Please check out the description section of this video to support the channel. So it looks like the real purpose of this staged ceasefire has finally been revealed during the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's visit to the White House to speak to US President Donald Trump. During Trump's meeting with Netanyahu, Trump revealed his evil plans to displace millions of Palestinians from Gaza and send them to Egypt, Jordan and other countries. This is a clear case of ethnic cleansing and a crime against humanity. But what do you expect when an American president who is a convicted felon sits down with an Israeli Prime Minister who currently has a live international warrant out for his arrest for committing war crimes?
Would Palestinians have the right to return to Gaza if they left while the rebuilding was happening?
It would be my hope that we could do something really nice, really good, where they wouldn't want to return. Why would they want to return? The place has been hell. It's been one of the meanest, toughest places on earth. And right now, I've seen every picture from every angle, better than if I were there. And nobody can live there.
How many people are you thinking about?
All of them. I mean, we're talking about probably 1.7 million people, 1.7 million, maybe 1.8 million. But I think all of them. I think they'll be resettled in areas where they can live a beautiful life and not be worried about dying every day.
Trump mentioned there are now 1.7 to 1.8 million people in Gaza, which means it's probably a number he's been briefed on. Before October 7, 2023, the population was 2.1 to 2.3 million, and no Palestinians were permitted to or able to leave Gaza from then until now. Do the math, that's between 400,000 to 600,000 people less. To the Muslims and the pro-Palestinian people who sat out the US election, or worse, voted for Trump, how do you feel now that he's calling for the ethnic cleansing of millions of Palestinians and for the US to take over the Gaza Strip?
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip, and we will do a job with it, too. We'll own it and be responsible for dismantling all of the dangerous unexploded bombs and other weapons on the site.
This is why during the lead up to the US election, I said don't vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Trump is a spineless sellout that is calling for the ethnic cleansing of Palestinians in Gaza and allowing further illegal settlements to be built in the West Bank under the guise of a ceasefire. Two high-profile Muslim reverts and Trump supporters, Andrew Tate and Sneako, weighed in on the situation. And interestingly enough, both their very differing reactions represent how pro-Trump Muslims feel on both sides of the spectrum. Here we see Tate pledge allegiance to Trump as he has always done, while he throws Muslims and Palestinians under the bus as usual, giving Trump the benefit of the doubt by magically reading Trump's mind and even putting words in Trump's mouth by saying he is being fair to both Palestinians and Israelis, as Trump is saying no one is getting the land. This is disgraceful, Andrew. Trump explicitly said he wants the Palestinians out. Stop coping and making excuses for this guy like he's your husband. Yes, you give in charity, but when it comes down to choosing a side, you put your brand before your faith, as always. Zionists are literally celebrating Trump's statements, and by agreeing with him, you're agreeing with the Israelis. Tate wants to be down with Trump and Elon so bad he will rationalise and explain away their unacceptable behaviour like an abused wife. If you really were a man of true courage, you would be speaking up for the Palestinians even against those that you idolise. Donald Trump is an Israel first rat that bows down to genocidal vampire Netanyahu. He's no better than his predecessor Joe Biden. Here's what Sneako had to say about it.
Trump saying Egypt or Jordan should take the Palestinians in. But Egypt and Jordan have rejected that.
They don't want Egypt and Jordan don't want to take them.
That's just talk.
They've said they don't want to take them for a long time. The video looks bad. I'm going to say this. Obviously, it's free Palestine. It seems like Israel had this plan for a long time. Netanyahu looks like he's controlling Trump in that video. He's smiling like this, and Trump is just saying what Netanyahu wants him to say. It seems like the United States of Israel, he's up there with the Israeli flag, and they have plans to just get rid of Gaza and expand Israel. Trump does not care about, he obviously doesn't care about the people of Gaza there, based on that statement alone, saying that why would they live there? Because that's their home. That's where they live. Saying he's going to force Jordan and Egypt to take. Jordan and Egypt said that they don't want to take millions of people in. They don't want to do it. And why the United States is even getting involved in this? We're supposed to put America first, and now you want to deploy troops? If you're putting America first, let's stop getting involved in other countries' conflicts over and over again. We have enough going on here. What are you doing, Trump? We voted for you because you're going to put America first, not do Israel's job for them. Netanyahu's smiling like he owns you. To be honest, Israel had this plan for years, and they would have done it with Kamala anyway. They would have done it with Biden anyway. Israel owns the United States. No matter who's president, they have to show allegiance to Netanyahu.
At the very least, Sneako, despite being an advocate for Donald Trump in the previous US election, could call him out for shamelessly bowing to Netanyahu and doing his bidding. I respect Sneako for putting his faith, justice, and his people first. He's not making excuses for Trump to gain favour with him or to protect his political position like Tate was. Sneako was right when he said that Trump does not care about the people of Gaza, and if he was really putting America first, then he would not send US troops out to Israel, putting their lives at risk to help a foreign country commit war crimes. Instead, he would cut Israel off and fix the countless problems in American society that have been plaguing the US for decades. But Trump Zionist funders call the shots like they do with every US politician, making him no better than Kamala. I also agree with Sneako that Trump has no right to decide on the displacement of the indigenous Palestinian people to other countries in the Middle East. Why should millions of Palestinian people be displaced to Jordan or Egypt when it's the Israelis that are responsible for destroying Gaza using US tax dollars? If Trump was a real leader and not a puppet, he would push to relocate the Palestinians to Israel until Gaza was rebuilt, and then send them safely back home, and Netanyahu would be in jail for life. It appears Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Jordan have rejected Donald Trump's plans of ethnic cleansing and the US occupation of Gaza on behalf of Israel. But actions speak louder than words. Let's wait and see what happens. Palestine is not Israeli or American territory. Palestine is Palestinian territory, and they alone have the right to both live in peace and rebuild their lives there. It seems more and more apparent that this was never about Hamas. It was about stealing all of Palestine to achieve the goal of creating Greater Israel, by first allowing October 7th to happen and using that to justify levelling Gaza and taking more land in the West Bank, as well as waging war on all of Israel's rivals in the Middle East, and then forcing Palestinians out to Egypt and Jordan with the end goal to turn Gaza into a real estate location and holiday resort as part of Greater Israel. Like I said, the Arab leaders have to do something, especially the Gulf nations, as they can put an end to this non-violently through sanctions and refusing to trade with the US and Israel. No longer can they idly stand by and just let this happen. In fact, all Muslim countries around the world have to get involved to stop this horrific breach of international law from happening. Thank you for watching. Make sure to join my free Telegram group via the link in the description, where we as Muslims can speak freely and without censorship about issues like this. And remember to like, subscribe, and become a channel member for access to exclusive content. Until next time, inshallah, Jazakallah khair.
Allahu Akbar, Allah.